What's going on, everybody? It's another episode of Fresh Bride, and today we have one of the freshest of them all. It's the beautiful Melissa. Melissa and Mark got married back on October 10th, 2025, and we are here to relive it, talk about it, be about it. This is Melissa.
Hi.
Love it. So cool. Thank you for coming by.
Of course.
We're also gonna talk to her a little bit later in a new podcast about her amazing business that she's involved with. But for right now, we're gonna talk about and relive kind of the love story. And I guess I want to kind of just take it back from the beginning. How did you and Mark meet?
The typical Jersey Shore way, at a bar. That is how it's done. He was mutual friends with somebody, and I was out of the dating game probably about a year. And I wasn't looking to meet anybody, didn't care, just wanted to go out and have a good time. And there he was.
So then, let's see this. What was the part when you guys kind of knew it was a real thing?
I think I knew before he did. But you know, I'm from Jersey. You always play the game. But I just kind of knew after meeting his family, they are just such nice, warm people. And they just raised, he was always polite, always well-mannered, could take a joke. Like all the qualities that you really look for in a partner. Everybody always said that we adulted the heck out of our relationship. If there was ever a bump, if there was ever a concern, we would talk everything out, no yelling, no fighting. We were just a really great team from the jump. And then I joked around. I said, don't let me get to 40 without proposing to me because it's going to be a waste of time. And he waited 6 hours before I turned 40.
that leads me to my next question. How did the proposal happen 6 hours before you turned 40?
So he came home late from work, which I thought was weird. I was like, are you alive? And he's like, yeah, I'm alive. I'm like, cool. I had to stop at my mom's. I'm like, weird, but didn't think anything of it. He came home, he went in the bedroom, and I was like, okay. He said, hey, babe, we have 2 rescue children, Elsa Jean and Murphy Wayne. And he's like, hey, babe, there's something on Elsa. And I'm thinking my dog is dying.
Oh.
So I go running in there and I'm like, where? And he goes around her neck. I'm like, oh my God. And I look and there's the ring. So I start laughing. And then I put my hand in my head. I said, oh my God. I said a choice word. And I said, I thought my dog was dying. And he goes, so like, is that a yes? And I'm like, yes, that's a yes.
OMG. I love it. Way to go, Mark. Way to use the fur babies. Way to use the fur babies, my man. And way to give the beautiful Melissa a heart attack.
Yes, in the same breath.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny. I was talking to a future bride at the bridal show last night, and they were sharing their story, the proposal story, and it was on the beach, the whole thing, whatever, classic beach sort of thing, St. Lucia, whatever. And she steps back in like a bit of shock, starts to walk away a bit as if to like kind of like deal with her emotions. And people are sort of like going in the water from a distance, like going like, oh,
like
as
she
if,
said no,
as if he got dissed. And he said he started like talking like he had like a puppet. He's like, can you come back? Can you come back? And what's the answer?
You're like,
feeling a little embarrassed. And she kind of was like, yeah, oh my bad, yeah, yes, we're good. Love it. So you almost thought your dog had something going on, and all of a sudden it went from panic to excitement. It happened.
And then literally started laughing. I was like, wow, what hour is it? What time is it? And he goes, 6 hours and counting. And I was like, I can't with you, but that's just our relationship. And like, we both started hysterically laughing and then obviously making phone calls because everybody was waiting for this.
Well, I think that's fantastic. And I obviously know, I remember you sharing the story with me, but it's nice to put it here so that way, you know, people that are going back and watching can kind of just laugh and relate and maybe pull a piece or a nugget or two from it.
I love it.
I love it. So now we'll kind of switch gears a bit. So now we get to, you know, we're engaged. We're going through the process. We're looking for venues. You ended up settling. Well, no, you ended up. You know, how did you end up deciding on your amazing venue?
So it's funny. Venues were actually. So I first asked my husband, how fast are you wanting to do this? I had lost both my grandparents who I was super close with. And I said, listen, I'm older. I'm a little bit older than you. And I just don't, I want everybody to be there. And like one of my biggest regrets is that they couldn't be. I mean, again, who knew when I was going to find my person, right? It happens. So first I booked my makeup person. Let's be real. I booked her first. I knew that I wanted a date in October. So I just said, save all the Fridays. And she started laughing. She goes, Chick, I start to book up now. And it was a year and a half in advance. And I was like, no, 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 no. Then we started shopping venues. We tried to make it easy. We didn't want everybody to be able to come and then not have a place to stay. So that was always in the back of our minds. We went everywhere from Spring Lake to Point to Tom's River to anywhere. The Radisson in Freehold was actually, I was like, I grew up in Freehold. I had a lot of parties. I went to a lot of parties there. And like, I was like, oh, it's a Sunday. They'll see us. I guess we'll just go. Lucky for us, they had a wedding booked that Sunday, and I'm a visual person. So they said, hey, let me go show you what we got. It was the most amazing setup that I had ever seen. It was like ballroom status. And I had never been in this ballroom. I'd always been in the smaller one. It was the second biggest dance floor in the state. And I was like, this is it. And they were running like a summer promo. So we were going to save. So I was like, I looked at him and she's like, you know, you can let us know. And I looked at him and he was like, I'm good. And then it was just about picking the date. We were done. We were sold. 30 minutes.
I love it. And that's fantastic. And I love the way your mind thought about others when it came to securing your venue. And of course, thinking about you and Mark, because that shows, well, it's maturity. It also shows, you know, how much you care about your family and friends.
Always.
And I know about that for sure. And that's considerate. And those are the elements that lead to successful events. And so take me through things that for you that you felt were kind of the most exciting parts of now planning the celebration.
Once the venue, let's be real. Once makeup was locked in, once the venue was locked in, then it was just like the little details, getting to go dress shopping. I went way earlier just to like see if there was things that I liked, get an idea. I didn't think, shout out to David's Bridal and Freehold, that I was going to go there. I'd been a bridesmaid in a million weddings. So I knew about them. I was there a lot. 27 dresses written about me. But when I went there, they were like, oh, you can bring 5 dresses in. I was like, okay. And then she's like, you know what? Bring 6 in for good luck. And I said, okay. I was just twirling around, saw the one dress on a mannequin. I was like, anybody knows me. I have a horse. I rescued him. I am like super rustic. Like I like flowers. I don't like a lot of tulle, things like that. So I wasn't looking for like a, you know, a mermaid or anything like that. That was this last dress that I picked. It was the last dress I tried on, and it was my dress. And that was also in under an hour. So like the dress picking and, you know, doing your hair, getting your hair, you know, doing the run through with hair. I mean, my husband and the groomsmen were great. They were like, so you're coming with us for the fittings. And I'm like, wait, you're going to have me pick? You guys can pick whatever suits you want. They got to be in blue. That's all I care about. And they go, no, you're coming. And the only thing I really wanted was bow ties, and I got vetoed on the bow ties. But it's fine because they had the fun suspenders, so I was fine with it. But like all that little detail, and especially because we did it so far out, we were just easy going. Like timing is everything. Do not put yourself under stress and pressure.
Wow, that's wild, because I was about to just ask you, what would you consider was the most stressful part of planning the wedding? And you can still answer that.
Seating everyone.
Okay.
I thought everybody has an opinion. Everybody's going to tell you where they want to sit, not their choice. Everybody's going to say you should have put someone here, you should have put someone there. This person doesn't get along with this person. That, as I like to say, it is your day. It is not your problem. You're going to put people where you, and my maid of honor was amazing. She's like, okay, can this person sit next to this person? Or is there a feud going on? I was like, no, they don't know each other. He goes, she's great. It'll make it even better. So like, she really helped me with those. But yeah, seats. I would think that seats wouldn't, but seats were definitely the vein of my existence.
You know what? That's great. That's a great tip that you just put out there, because it sounds like everything was pretty much stress-free except the seating. And I can understand when you're mixing families, because now you got me thinking about my mother and father had a 50th wedding anniversary not too long ago. And I remember
Seating.
hemming and hawing over where people got to go. I mean, my mom keeps the book.
Yeah, like, okay, this one time at like camp, this person who I'm still friends with did this, and I don't want them sitting at my, like, really, come on, life's too short for that. So just know that it's your day, and it's not meant for, they can have opinion about it, but it's not their day.
You know what? That kind of leads me into what would you give? Like, what advice would you give to a bride?
Give yourself enough time. Don't bum rush a wedding. I had a year and a half and it just went super easy. Don't let those little things that people like to spit out like venom ruin the whole experience for you. So like I had someone even at my shower, they're like, oh, the older people want you to open presents. And I literally stood on a soapbox and I said, we will not be opening presents at my shower. You all saw the registry. You knew exactly what you got me. I appreciate it. I love you all. We're going to put them in the car. We're not going to do that. Let's just have fun. So remember, you're the cruise captain. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying be a diva, but it's your process. Just give yourself enough time. Give yourself grace. It is your day with your partner to enjoy it really does. I hate to say this, but it is. And it's over. And everyone says that. And you're like, no, it's true. You blink. So just remember, take a breath. Nothing is as serious as someone's making it. Have a good time. This is about you and your partner. And it really kicks off your marriage.
Love it. So why or how did you find Fresh New Angle? How did you find our group?
So I'm very lucky. You guys found me. So I had wonderful Chucky and his wife Rachel come to the med spa, and I loved spending monthly appointments with you, and I learned all about what he did, and I started following you on social media and everything, and was just loving it. There was no other choice. I did not interview other companies. I didn't have to, and that's how I did it. I said, okay, this is what I want. This is the ideas that I have. I want a lot of candid photos. I don't really want to be pulled. I want the, stereotypical family shots and stuff. And then everything else candid me. You guys were like, no problem. And then I had to have Chucky as my hype man there. I could not have you there. I would have felt like it was a slap in the face. I was like, no, I need you. And he did not disappoint. I still have my friends come up to me and said that was the funnest wedding. He was so awesome. How did you find him?
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, that's it. I went and got my face nice and facialized, okay, exfoliated, and it was a date night with my wifey, and we heard good things about your place and the doctor, and we said, yeah, we're coming in, and your energy is amazing. You belong right where you are. Anything you do, you are just the best at, and I just love you. And we're going to talk more about that business as well, which is fantastical, and it's just amazing the work that you do. But then the conversations we have,
right,
and the advice you give, the way you listen, the way you talk. It's just there was a lot of good things there, and it was a pleasure getting to know you, and obviously still knowing you, and I know that it's just exciting. It's pretty cool how it becomes a friendship,
right?
As
it really
well.
does. You build these connections with people, and then they become friendships. Yeah. And then you're always looking out for the other person. Hey, I have this friend. I'm going to send him your way, and it really just grows an amazing not only relationship between the businesses, but also just between people in general. Because really, it was an amazing connection to make.
So you ended up securing us for entertainment and photography, correct?
Correct.
Right on. And
and DJ.
Well, that's entertainment.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, all of it. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, DJ and photography,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And so ultimately, tell me about sort of what stood out with regards to John Johnson, who was your photographer for the day.
Love him so much. So from the first conversation, the first phone call we had, oh my God, it was like we've known each other forever and we were besties and we were just having like an 8 p.m. call after our busy days. He just got it. He heard and he got it. And he was able to relate, this is what we're doing. Yep. And then he's like, all right, I'll touch base with you a little as we get closer. We'll go back over it. I'm cool. Anything changed? I said, no. Great. Again, every time you talk to him, it is like talking to your bestie on the telephone. It is the most refreshing thing because you don't really feel that way a lot when you talk to people in the industry. You feel like you're being sold a bag of goods. That's really like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But like when he talked to you, I'm like, no, it's going to happen. I just feel it. That day was, normally photography comes in and you start running around and you start to feel stressed. There was none of that. I could not have had a better day without him. Like if I didn't have him, it would have been a totally different vibe.
So with that said, walk me through, because when it comes to hiring Fresh New Angle with the DJ, the photo, the video, and all these different services, the entertainment gets to show up a little bit later, but the photo is with you from the beginning.
Correct.
And I like to think of our photographers, and especially JJ, as almost like day of therapists as well. So walk me through your day with John.
So you never feel like you're being pulled in 20 directions, which is super refreshing as a bride because you get up at pretty much 5 a.m. and you're running. Because our wedding was 2 p.m., which is super early. Sorry, everybody. But it was my day. So it was like, all right, Melissa, this is what we're going to do. Like, calm, cool, which you need on the day of your wedding because everybody is like talking at you and, you got to do this and the boys aren't ready. And by the way, the only thing that happened at the Radisson is they put the boys next to me in the room next door, and we weren't doing first looks, so that was absolutely terrible. I'm like, don't let him out of the room. But that's a side note. He, by the way, JJ ran freaking interception for that too. He was like literally the bodyguard. He's, don't leave yet, boys. Don't leave yet, boys. Stay here, boys. And then the second shooter took them outside, and then he's like, okay, now we got free reign. Like, he is the most calm, cool, and collected when you're stressed out on the day of your wedding, and you need that. Like, nothing felt like, okay, we're doing this now, and this is what we're doing, and like, hurry up, girls. Like, no, he's like, hey, Melissa, so right now, you're going to get in your dress, and we're going to have your mom looking like this. Like, you feel like you're at a spa, just like the way that he is. Like, you're like, I feel like I'm in a therapy session. Everything's great. Nothing's going wrong. And you shouldn't feel like anything's going wrong. It's your day. It's exactly how it's meant to be.
That blesses me hearing that because I really try to surround myself and our organization with amazing personalities. Talent, yes, but I
Always.
want when we're hiring for attitude. And I remember, and I'm, we're going to bring JJ on probably in about 2 weeks and have him do a little fresh spotlight. It's going to be great.
Love him so much.
When we first got our hands on him, it just clicked. And I was like, yes, this is wonderful. And he's been a terrific piece
It's
of our
literally how
organization.
you feel when you talk to him as a bride, too, though. Just like you instantly click and like you've known him forever. And like, you're in good hands. Like, I didn't worry one bit about how those photos. And by the way, I'm going to get my book. I just saw my shots. I could not have, I had to, what did I do? Oh, you guys were giving like 40 or 42 photos and my husband and me couldn't. So we did 84. Same difference, right? It's divisible by something. So our book had to be twice the size. It was so amazing. I still have photos that I wanted in it, and we couldn't make it work because all the photos were fire. Fire.
I love it. And so my thing is, I mean, I can't even ask you this question because what was your favorite photo? What was, I don't know, a few favorites that stood out?
This one's hilarious because my husband loves it. It's one of his absolute favorites. So at the Radisson, there's like a school across the street. No idea why. And there's like a cop car that just sits there. I don't know. It's a deterrent. I don't understand it. The boys wanted to do a photo shoot near that cop car so badly. Your second shooter's like, cool. They take them out there and there's them like pretending to handcuff him, my husband, and put him in the cop car. Like, by far the best photos. He's like, that's my favorite. I'm like, okay, not you and me holding hands in the church, not him. one of my favorites, and I don't know how, I don't know who caught it. I don't know if it was JJ. It was, same team, still awesome. Was in the middle of the mass, they were able to catch a shot of us mid sign of the cross. Oh. And we're both doing it, and by far is one of my favorite photos.
That's amazing. And that you can't plan. That's what you're talking about with just being alert, being candid, being free with the camera. Yes. Obviously, we're getting the beautiful portrait shots and the things of that nature, but being able to kind of grab that moment, I got goosebumps. I just love it.
Same thing. There was a shot of us from behind when, I don't know if we're sitting down or standing up, and we're holding hands, and you see like my whole veil and then him. Another amazing candid shot. Like, you can't write for that. So like, those are the shots that I think people appreciate the most, because they're the things you're in the moment, so you don't get to see it, and that photo is what gets them us to get to be able to relive those little moments that get overlooked because we're just in it.
You probably hit the nail on the head with that, because especially in a situation where you guys did not choose to go down the video road, but to be able to see these small candid moments, you can relive the motion in your mind, remembering what you were feeling or what you were kind of experiencing just from the photo.
And it is my biggest regret that I didn't suck it up, Buttercup. And after seeing all the amazing photos, I'm like, wow, what could they have done with a video?
You know what? I have to go back to my phone and some other things. I'm going to dig deeper, because I believe I have some content somewhere. And even if it's just behind the scenes DJ cam things, I'm going to work my best to try to put something together, and see if I can just drum up something from my perspective of what I can.
Which was awesome, by the way. Like, everybody was like, he's so awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's why I made sure he was here. It was a non-negotiable. Chucky couldn't not be at my wedding. It was a non-negotiable.
Well, I appreciate that. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So obviously we had a chance to meet over many of our monthly, facials and conversations and things like that. And I remember building trust with you, and I remember doing some bridal shows together with your business, and just getting involved together and really kind of planning things out and understanding vibes. And I guess take me through some of your favorite moments with me.
That's how many moments there are? How can I name them all? Definitely one of my favorites is, I'm going to bring it up, is still my friend's lost phone at the wedding. That was hilarious. So my friend Jen, you lose your phone 20 million times a day. And so the wedding was no different. So she had put it down. She lost it. This fine man found her phone and took a selfie on it. But then obviously said, hey, someone lost their phone. I get a message later and said, is this your DJ or your hype man? I was like, yes, it is. She goes, it's the funniest thing someone's ever done when I've lost my phone. As it should be. You don't lose your phone. That's what you get. You get selfies in my Chucky. That was amazing. Everybody's like, that's hilarious. Definitely how I think at the one point I really wanted to listen to, I kept calling it a Jesus song. I can't think. Brandon Lake. Praise by Brandon Lake. And you were like, done. And he jumps right in, and he dancing with us and having a grand old time. Those knee jerk where you're like in the moment, and I was like, hey, can we play this? And you're like, done. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, my friends are like, I feel like I can just go up to them and ask. And I was like, that's the point. You got all the kids up and dancing. You got everybody around us, which is also great photo ops, by the way. He knows what he's doing. Like, I have so many good photos of you in it too, like from friends and family all over the Facebook. I'll have to tag you. But like everybody dancing, and that was because of you. It's because of the energy you brought. It was because you were like, let's go, guys. Let's celebrate them. Get them all up. Because people get kind of comfy. They've been drinking. But you had such a great ability to get everybody up and get everybody back in the mood and keep the party going. That's really what you want.
Well, and obviously every bride and groom and couple, they have a different vision for what they want or how they want their MC to interact. And with your party, you were all about family.
Yeah.
We knew that from the beginning. Your wedding was all about family first. Obviously, you and Mark, but you really put your family on a pedestal, and the
Yep.
kids included. And a lot of weddings, they don't have the kids, and that's okay. Whatever it is, it is. But for you, this was a family affair, and you gave me the free reign to get in and get involved with the family. Now, we do some weddings where the bride, groom, the couple, they're very adamant about no children, no extra, and we abide. We
Right.
still know how to make it fun, but for you, so what I'm trying to say is, I'm not going to just show up in all of your pictures at your wedding, but this
I would have been fine with it.
lovely lady was all about us getting involved and getting it going. And so I'm going over to mom and dad. I'm going over
Yeah.
to aunts and uncles. I'm going over to kids, and we're kind of helping them accentuate their smiles, get them excited,
Yes.
and create photo opportunities for you, because I knew what was important to you. And so I'm glad that you understood that, but that's also me understanding the plan of our
Exactly.
conversations leading up to.
Exactly. And we had multiple. So there was no surprise of like, this is how we wanted it to go or anything like that, or last minute changes, because you stayed with us the whole time. It wasn't like months of not hearing from you and then like, oh, it's tomorrow. So like, what are we doing? How many conversations did we have? Which
Absolutely.
also gives the brides a peace of mind. And I think that's an important point, that when you're booking with multiple different people, like different videographers and different DJs and different hype men and different photography, there's a lack of coordination. So you feel like you're being pulled in a million directions. And I've seen it with other people's weddings. Again, girl from 27 Dresses. I've been a bridesmaid a lot. But that's why I wanted a one-stop shop. I didn't, not like, a business that they do everything like kind of okay, and that's why I'm doing, no. From the photos to the DJ to the hype man to the videography, even though I didn't do it, I'm really sad. You should not do what I did. I knew it was a well-oiled machine, and I had to worry about nothing. And that is one less thing that one thing brides should be thinking about, because when it's a one-stop shop, you don't have to worry about that. They're all coordinating. They know how this works. It's not their first rodeo. They work together all the time. So I think that's also something that made my day a lot easier.
And that blesses me to hear, because I empower many great people. Some are frontline people that you see at the parties, and many are the behind the scenes people that are taking care of the magic that's happening behind the scenes. As I know, you're still in communication with our behind the scenes people who are helping you move through the next phase of getting the album together, doing these different things, having conversations. And so that's the idea. When we created Fresh New Angle, it wasn't just to get a collection of amazing talent. It was also to bring in people behind the scenes who can make a living and help run this company. And it's been a blessing, and I love it. You know what I say? We just got through with the World Cup, and a lot of our talent are all independent contractors, meaning they're all superstars for their own team.
Right.
They might have a side business here or whatever the case may be, but they're all extremely talented and have their own thing. However, they love coming together for the national team and playing with Fresh New Angle for a myriad of reasons. I think we make it easy for them because we have so many cool people that we get to work for. And I do know that we pay good and we pay on time. I'm sure that helps.
And I think that's all you could ask for, right? You come to work to a job that you don't ever feel like you're actually working. You work with amazing people that build you up and don't try to knock you down. They admire your talent, and you're able to have a good freaking time. Like, what more? And you get paid on time. What more? And well, what more could you ask for?
Yeah, it's the continuity, and I'm always evaluating and pushing for excellence when it comes to attitude.
Right.
The biggest thing besides talent, understanding how to be better at what you do and how to improve on what you do. And I take inventory of the way I might talk on the microphone, and I listen back, and sometimes I say, oh, maybe I should stop saying this, or maybe I need to hold the mic a little further away, and I start to learn. And same thing with my photographers. How can I do something different? That stuff is goes without saying, but it's the attitude, it's the energy, it's the willingness to be a team player, it's the willingness to go the extra mile and talk to a bride 2 or 3 months before her wedding, even though we know we don't really need all that information until closer to the party. We got to make you feel good. We got to make you feel comfortable that we hear you, we understand you, and we got your back, and it is what it is. Sometimes we just need to go the extra mile, and I find these people that want to, like JJ.
Oh, my JJ. I love him. He knows I love him.
Well, I'll tell you what. You've given us so much here, and this has been, like, amazing. I would say, as we're kind of wrapping things up, what would you give any sort of advice extra to whoever's listening about maybe going through the process and maybe if they're hesitant or whatever to kind of talk to a fresh new angle?
Well, I don't think you should be hesitant at all. Like I said, they're a well-oiled machine. This is not their first rodeo. They know exactly what they're doing. They have a personal touch that I didn't, again, I didn't have to interview anybody else. I knew exactly who I was coming to, and not just because I loved you as a person, because I saw what your business was. I saw how you ran it, and anybody who runs a business like that, I want to work with. So just seeing that, I knew that I was coming to you. I think it's important to understand that having a one-stop shop is a much easier way to put your mind at ease when you're getting closer to a wedding. You don't want ever these separate people having to coordinate. I didn't have to coordinate anything. And it all was amazing, like so far beyond. I still have people being like, if those were just your first 40 photos, because I teased the first 40, what do the 80-something look like? Like, it was that amazing. And again, I'm sad I didn't do video, but, because if I had known, well, I mean, I did know, but if I had known how amazing those photos were going to be, there was no way the video wasn't going to be like tenfold. So, a little disappointed in myself. Basically, the life lesson is don't be me. Get video and everything with them.
I love it. You're just terrific, and I can't wait to continue to follow the journey with you and Mark and those fur babies and wherever else life takes you. And I just love you.
I adore you.
You're just the best, and I'm honored. It's been a pleasure here, and
always.
I'm gonna wrap it up. So here we go. This is another amazing episode with the beautiful Melissa, her handsome Mark. He's out making the donuts right now, making that money. Our beautiful Melissa is going to be heading out in about 20 minutes to go to her work. But I appreciate you. This is A Fresh Bride, and this is Melissa. I am Chucky Hype. God bless.